All right. Stepping into it for the night. No need for introductions on this stream. I think the thumbnail and the title and the description make it pretty necessary, but just for anyone that needs to get a refresher. I have 857 guardians that I need to reset, hunters specifically. And I also need to be getting crimson kills. So today, it might be a little bit of a boring stream, content-wise or activity-wise, is essentially of what we're doing, because we're just going to be farming this over and over and over again. But I'm hoping that we can have some fun chats, some nice little discussions, maybe some good laughs, and just kind of vibe, you know? We're not doing anything stressful or hard or difficult. We're just vibing, you know? Isn't that what Destiny 2 is all about nowadays? It's just vibing, right? It's all about the vibes. We're just gonna vibe kill all these dregs and vandals with Crimson. Like, it's no big deal. Mary, howdy. How we doing? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my cat is wailing in the background. Just absolutely screaming. He's just... What's his deal? I can hear him over my headphones and the music just going, "Bow! Bow!" My impression of my cat, and it's 100% accurate to a T. That is exactly what he sounds like. Bow! Messing with some Dark Souls 3? Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Dark Souls 3 was my favorite Dark Souls. Not my favorite FromSoft game, but I think Dark Souls 3 was my favorite Dark Souls game. May get crucified, but I despise Dark Souls 1 and I love 2 and 3. I don't think that you're gonna get crucified for that type of a take. I think that is kind of the general sentiment of the community. From what I remember about the Like, have you seen the Squilakilla history of the hitless run? Have y'all seen that video? First off, if you haven't, I highly recommend that you go watch it because it is a masterful video put together. But even in a video like that where he's going over all of the different hitless runs of the Dark Souls franchise series or the Soulsborne series, even in all those games, I'm pretty sure that he stated that Dark Souls 1 was one of the most difficult ones to do it and one of the most frustrating ones to do because of the very awful upgrade system and the terrible like button input, or not button input, but like the way that the coding was in the game specifically. It just made everything 10 times harder to actually do hitless runs. So even from like a base perspective though, I'd imagine that because of all of the terrible systems or the underdeveloped systems at the time, it probably made for a worse Dark Souls 1 experience compared to the later sequels. But you know, I mean, that's standard of a lot of games. I think in general, games tend to upgrade when they make a sequel versus downgrade, but that isn't always the case, you know? Back when it came out, yeah. It was such a banger of a video. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, videos like that with like the hitless runs and the challenge type content is kind of what got me into doing this type of content, the mythic content. It's just so fun to watch people do challenging stuff in game. I think my problem is I played them backwards. That's fair. I mean, playing them in a unconventional order or the wrong order might skew your bias, but at the same time, I feel like if you went from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2, then to Dark Souls 3, you would maybe have a similar opinion, you know? Because it's easier for you from a systems perspective, so I don't know. Long style challenge vids are peak, yeah. That's why I like making them. I really, really like making these, you know, longer form challenge vids. I almost want to do like the, what is it, the CB Gray approach for the last video of the series, where I do kind of like a all-encompassing recap of sort of the events that led me to each individual moment or each individual like rank clear. Could turn the entire thing into like a 3-hour epic, you know? I will eventually tonight have a hard cut on when I will eventually have to get off, because, come on, do your thing. I will need to be picking up my wife from a little birthday event that she's at, so I will need to do that. But until then, I am going to be resetting Guardians. And then I do believe, provided that Ace is feeling better, we should be on for the actual Proto raid tomorrow. I really hope he's doing better, though. He sounded like he was going through the thick of it. Have a trilogy of movies or something? I could. You know, I honestly could. I could have a trilogy of movies leading up to everything, or like a super cut of everything. I know one thing that I like about Toad's Nuzlocke series is after he was done doing all of the different Nuzlocke challenges, he put every single thing into a giant condensed mega video, which was super awesome. I think I watched each of those videos individually probably twice as they came out, and then I definitely watched that mega long thing more than once. I still play it in the background sometimes just when I'm working on stuff because it's just such a banger series of videos. What are you doing? My cat's rolling around behind me, being cute and whatnot. Being cute. Hello? Okay, skip the new light, watch a cutscene, then we can move on. Well, my cat was doing something weird, but... rolling around behind me, doing a bunch of weird stuff. Chirping and chirping. And there we go. All right, the first hunter of the night. A fine specimen to start repaying our debt with. It really loves giving me that one female exo frame for my hunter. It really does. All right. Why are we contacting Destiny servers already? That is neither good nor productive for what we're trying to do. Waiting for that skip action. There we go. Grab our crimson. And our sparrow. And away we go. You're kind of tripping. I do pick an exo frame, but I usually pick a male exo frame and I make it purple with green eyes and that green little splotch of blood looking stuff over its eye. But for the past couple of times, it's been giving me a brown female. It almost looks like Lakshmi. The brown female Lakshmi frame looking exo. That's what it's been giving me recently. It's between that and awoken males. That's what it's been giving me a lot of. Oh, come on. I know for sure one of those had to be precision, but oh well. Doesn't matter. Okay. Hooked him from a distance. Hell yeah. How long did that last Guardian take? I think it took about somewhere in the realm of 10 to 12 minutes total. Get that last one all the way done. Oh, let's not just sit there. Okay. Just keep trucking along. That was crazy. He's so goated he hits the window skip. Have I watched anything new recently? New in what regard? Like what type of genre? Are we talking like TV shows? Are we talking anime? Are we talking YouTube videos? What have I watched recently? Not too long ago, I watched a lot of Blue Lock. I watched Solo Leveling. Still need to watch, what is it, Firen? Is that how you pronounce it? Firen? What else? I don't watch a whole lot of TV and, like, shows. Oh, I did watch It Follows recently. I thought it was a good premise, It Follows, but I thought it was a terrible, terrible execution. I find that to be the case with a lot of films. Kind of like, what was it? The first, oh, what is it? I can't think of the name of the movie. It's the one where they all have to, like, lock down or whatever. It's like the one day where crime is legal or whatever. Some stupid like that. I thought the first one of those, oh, The Purge, that's what it was called, yeah. I thought the first Purge was terrible execution because you've got this premise where the whole world, crime is legal. You confine it to just one senator's house. Or not even a senator's house. It was just like one family's house. It's kind of odd. I thought the, what was it? The one where it was Anarchy, I think it was. It was the second Purge. I thought that one was a lot better because it was a lot more scaled up and the stakes seemed a lot more intense with it being out in the open. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the teenage shit that got me. It was there we go. It was more or less just the way that, okay, do you ever find yourself questioning the decisions that characters make? And I don't mean that the decisions would have been different if you made it. I mean the character quite literally is making a stupid decision that nobody would make, or no one in their right mind in the situation that they're in would make. For example, It Follows. You know that there is a thing out there that is going to kill you the moment it gets to you or try to get to you. All you have to do is sleep with another person and it goes to that person, or it starts following that person more than you, right? Why would you, and this is kind of spoilers, why would you walk towards that thing if it is at the threshold of the door of the person that is going to kill next, and then it's going to come after you immediately after? Why would you do that? That's just like a stupid decision. Don't watch a lot of horror. I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't even necessarily say that that was a horror film. I would say that that was more of a thriller. I feel like with horror, you kind of have to have a lot more of a sense of dread and whatnot. That was just kind of like a weird entity thing following you around, but there wasn't any real scare or horror element to it. It was just kind of like walking slowly toward you, and you could always see it. It was just kind of tension building. You know, it was a way better movie that did something somewhat similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's a similar premise where people are moving toward you slowly and you just kind of can't do anything about it. The Crazies. The Crazies was awesome. I remember watching that with, I actually watched that with Professor Lovely. We watched that together and we thought that was probably one of the most intense thriller slash Kind of like a slasher movie almost. I guess not really. Well, maybe. Like slasher, thriller, horror, whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you want to say hi to the camera? This is Wiley, everyone. This is Wiley. He's a chunky, chunky boy. So heavy. Oh wait, you know what? I keep forgetting that I can go down and get brawl kills down here with Crimson. Oh, dang it. That jump scared me a little bit. Why does my Twitch keep disconnecting? I would really like to know why my Twitch keeps disconnecting. He's based. He's pretty thick and chunky is what he is. A thick and chunky boy. And he likes making a lot of weird noises randomly. Two Guardians down in the span of a half hour of streaming. That's not that bad. Might as well just do this now while the cutscene is rolling, so I don't have to worry about it later. How many more do I need here? All right, we're at 66, so we're doing great on Crimson. We will get that in no time. What else have I been doing recently? I've been playing a lot of volleyball locally. My arm is actually killing me today. There was a couple of pickup games that I played yesterday, and now my right shoulder is suffering the consequences of spiking the ball. Now I got a couple more games tomorrow before the Crota raid, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if my shoulder is completely annihilated or not. It's so odd too, because I was never really a volleyball person at all. Like I never got really into the sport. What am I doing here? Looking at a black screen for no reason. I never really got into volleyball per se as a sport, but I've always been a team sport kind of person, you know? I just really enjoy playing team sport activities. Hockey was always my go-to sport. That's the one I played the most. But I've definitely been enjoying the volleyball that I've been playing. Baseball and soccer kid? Hell yeah. I'll be honest, I will take soccer over baseball if I am watching it, but I will play either of them. I think I would prefer soccer a little bit more than baseball, just because it's a more active and running around sport, but there's nothing wrong with a little pickup game of baseball. An American classic. Baseball fans are kind of insane. I don't know who it was, but someone told me that you don't go to a baseball game to actually watch the baseball. You go there for the crowd entertainment value. Which is like, well, then why would you spend money going to a baseball game? Just watch the baseball game at home. Like, if you're just there for the crowd entertainment, then go to a bar, you know? That's what you're really there for. You can get it for way cheaper at a bar. Yeah, exactly. Cheaper drinks, too. Everything's cheaper when you're not at a packed stadium for a sporting event. Hello? How close do I have to be? Do I have to be right up on it? Good stuff. We take those. I suppose that's fair, but I don't know. Movies are way cheaper by comparison to giant sporting events. So I feel like you're a little bit more justified in using that logic for being a movie dork versus a sport head. Like, if you're looking at the, like, if you were to take the cost of going to every single baseball game versus seeing every single movie for the year at an AMC, I think that your tickets to the AMC are going to vastly differ in price than going to every baseball game of the season. Yeah, exactly. You never have to battle Ticketmaster or Live Nation for concerts, you know? Yeah, when you put it into context like that, movies are the ultimate entertainment. Like, movies at the, like, movie theater are the ultimate form of outside entertainment for, like, a viewing experience. I can't think of off the top of my head, another sort of experience where you're getting something to watch that's entertaining or decent value that you can sustain over a long period of time. trying to think of something in my head desperately. It's not coming to me. Because, like, I'm trying to think of things that you would sit down and watch. Because, like, at a sporting event, you're sitting down and you're watching it. At a movie theater, you're sitting down and watching it. But for instance, at like mini golf or an arcade or something like that, you're not sitting down and watching something. You're interacting with the stuff in the environment. So it's a little bit different. I think the only thing that I can think of that would be a viewing experience that you go watch would be some sort of public show or public demonstration, you know, like a light show or like a water fountain event, or like if you go to Disney and you went to like the Epcot or whatever and you watched like a light show. But all of those things are still going to be way, way more expensive or not as entertaining as simply watching a movie or something at the theater, in my opinion. Could be different for you, but I think that most people would agree with me. Plays? Ooh, it's a good point, actually. Plays are like movies. They run around the same amount of time. There's an intermission, too, so, you know, instead of one person getting up and distracting everybody during the screening, everyone gets up and goes at the exact same time. Although, the food at theaters is definitely way more expensive and less to volume than movie theaters. That I can tell you from experience. You do not get big bang for your buck when it comes to food and beverages at the Fox Theater or wherever you're watching a play. That I will tell you from experience. Plus, also the merch there too, because whatever play you're going to watch has merch and stuff. It gets really expensive. It's like $60 for shirts. Shit's crazy. Hello. Much prefer movies over games. See, I'm a little bit of the opposite. I much prefer games over movies. But that's because I like to be interactive. I like to engage with the content that I'm consuming. That's just how I am. And my wife hates it because she would much rather just sit and not do anything and watch a movie, have a good laugh, or get entertained. So sometimes we have to find a little bit of a middle ground there. But I much prefer games to movies. That's just me, though. That's fair. I guess it also depends on what kind of game you're playing too. Like if you're playing something that requires you to be in a mission or an environment for a set amount of time. It's kind of the same thing, but I get what you're saying. You have to pay attention or be constantly focused for a certain amount of time on a particular action or objective or whatever. And Destiny is very overwhelming as a game, so ADHD brain definitely gets triggered a lot playing Destiny. They definitely love throwing things in your face all the time. That was a little weird for a second. All right. Another 15 minutes, another Guardian deleted. Oh, true. True, you don't have to worry about all that nonsense. All right. I think that's the exact same hunter that we started with. That's really funny. For the night, I mean. Learning my patterns, I know. At the very end of all of this, I really want to just take a screen recording of my time wasted on Destiny screen of just the sheer volume of Guardians that have been DCV'd because of this title. It's gonna be like middle mouse, move it down a little bit, and then it's just gonna be wave after wave of deleted Guardian at 10 to 15 minutes of playtime. Go. Just keep trucking along. Kobe. Stupid banner got in the way. I have no idea if I actually hit any of those or not. It'd be funny if I whiffed every single one of those. Okay, we have 10 minutes to get a 4th Guardian. Get out of here. Ooh, okay. That was a tricky Sparrow maneuver. Have they shown any more cool shit since the chess minigame? Well, have you been paying attention to the Rite of the Nine cutscenes from the YouTube shorts or whatever? Like, have you seen any of the Rite of the Nine cutscenes? Because that's just about it. And they're not even really cutscenes per se. They're more so like explaining that there's a challenge waiting for you, Guardians. Like, if you've seen that or you don't care for it, that's fine. That's really all that there has been. Other than that, it's just been the reveal streams for Edge of Fate, and that's about it. Or like the content creator videos that each of them made discussing stuff for Edge of Fate, you know? All the cool kids that got to go. Is it just me, or does it seem weird that killing that one random servitor is what constitutes you getting your first, like, actual legendary heavy weapon? Like, that servitor gives you the rocket, and then the Fallen Walker gives you the, whatchamacallit, machine gun. I don't know, it just seems kind of weird that that's how they organized it all, but it is what it is. I feel like after doing this 800 and some odd times, I will be the most qualified person outside of Bungie's QA team directly to give feedback on this new light experience. I will be the single greatest Bungie player resource. Yeah, so in this very specific niche area right here, this is feeling pretty lackluster. I think that we can rev it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think the dialogue quite works over here. Let's change that a little bit. I would never backseat Dev. I say as I backseat Dev. Been avoiding those because you like going into Destiny blind. Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, I have one of my friends that always loved going into shit blind, just because he likes to explore and discover everything on his own and doesn't like to get overhyped by things and then be disappointed when they don't meet his expectations. So honestly, I gotta respect it. Just add 1,000 thrall. True. When did I get the medal? I didn't. I haven't gotten it yet. See, the thing is that all of the Crucible nodes that I could get into are Iron Banner or not applicable to what I would need to do, and so we're just working on repaying our debt right now. That's what we're doing. Once we get some better Crucible nodes, we'll hop back in, but as it stands right now, we've got 853 Guardians now to reset. So we need to do that. No, you did not miss it. You did not miss it. It would be a glorious, unmistakably large, huge, even massive moment for this challenge. I would let the world know when I got it. I feel like these shells would be flying all over the room if I got it. Yep. Working on catalysts and bringing my debt total down. I'd start glowing. Real. I'd look like I'm turning into a Super Saiyan on steroids. Oh, it finally gave me the male exo hunter that actually kind of looks like what I originally had. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like part of the thing that should be included in New Light is disabling all of your collections and everything. Like, you just came out of the grave. Why are you able to buy shit? Why are you able to use anything? I feel like all of that should technically be disabled until you reach the tower. You should be cut off from all of your resources. Am I crazy? Like, from a narrative standpoint, from a gameplay perspective, it doesn't make sense to allow the player to start like this, even if they've collected stuff, even if they have gotten, because, like, if you want to think about it from a new player experience, when you're starting a Titan or a Warlock, you can still pull from collections. So you could pull any of the exotic weapons that you collected on your Hunter or your Titan or whatever. It's great for this challenge, don't get me wrong. Like, it saves me a lot of time, but from a gameplay, from a narrative perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I feel like it's one of those things where you could enforce or reinforce difficulty, even if it is just a minor thing, but I also don't know how technically difficult it would be to codify it that way, where instead of just come here, instead of disabling it, you are enabling it, you just disable it. I don't know how easy that would be to codify from an engineering perspective. Can't imagine it'd be terribly difficult, but again, I don't know how Bungie has all their systems set up on the back end. I mean, I guess that's fair, but it doesn't take you that long to get to the tower. Right? And the gun that you're gonna get is Kvostov. And even then, they've made it so that you can skip the entire New Light thing. Like, they've really already done a number on this game to make you really not have to work as a new player. Imagine trying to do a challenge like this in D1. Like, I know, buddy of mine, Cyber Prime. I don't know if you guys have checked him out, but Cyber's doing a D1 permadeath challenge. It doesn't have all of the different, like, crazy no HUD stuff that I have, but imagine having to regain or reacquire all of your class stuff, or all of your guns have perks and whatnot too. You have to grind experience for all that shit. Oh, thank you. Maybe when we're done with this one. Maybe we'll give it a shot when we're done with this one. Oh yeah, the subclasses would just be the most gruesome part of the entire thing. And you wouldn't even be able to get your third subclass unless you buy the Taken King, or you have the Taken King. Oh, that's true, yeah. I forgot about the missions actually out-leveling you or, um, you know, making it harder and harder for you to actually do those missions. It's very true. You almost have to do the side missions to be able to level up, you know? That was a little weird for my sparrow to be going like that. Stuff. On to the next one. I couldn't tell if I actually got it or not. It's so hard to tell sometimes. Where's ball? Give me ball. Up we go. Go. Nab these guys real quick. Good stuff. Another guardian down. Oh, perfect timing with the music too. Really nice timing. 5 Guardians in about an hour and 10 minutes. That's not that bad. Dang, we're so close to being done with that. I don't even know what our next gun is supposed to be as far as catalysts go. Take a look-see here. Oh, that's weapon ornaments. My bad. Crimson. Oh, it looks like Ace of Spades. Okay. We'll do Ace, and then we could do Wither Horde, I guess. Then Alethanum. We also need to do Verglass, I'm pretty sure. We need to defeat targets with Verglass. So Ace of Spades is next. What other caddies do I have? So I have all those. For energy, I've got all of these guys here, so we're gonna have some fun with the energy weapons. And then I don't have that many heavies. I only have 3, but the 3 that I have are kind of annoying to get. So we'll see. See how that works out. They're annoying to get, like, kills with, and they're annoying to try and get a bunch of ammo for. I think my best bet might be to just get the Fallen Walker heavy ammo and just farm kills there with it. While I can, but that's going to eat up a lot of time. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? Sitting here staring at a blank screen. That's what I'm doing. Save the heavies for custom games? That might be a good idea, actually. Might be actually a big brain idea. So we'll pull that, and then we'll pull Ace of Spades just to be able to swap to it real quick. One thing I am excited for when it comes to the Edge of Fate stuff, not to like spoil anything for anyone that's trying to stay in the dark, but one of the things I am excited for is that no HUD is going to be a difficulty modifier that you can toggle for increased rewards or gains, and that's just a permanent boon for an account like this, where we're already using no HUD, and so just by selecting that one modifier, it's basically giving us free extra powerful loot. And you know, to be honest, I might play no HUD on my main account using that modifier so much more often, just simply because I'm so used to doing it, and it just gives me better gear. If it means less grind, I might take that pill. I don't know how significant of the increases it's going to be for just that one node, though, but I mean, it's just a free extra modifier that we can take advantage of on this account, you know? Look at that. Actually, I'm pretty sure we need to... Is that slot it? Fly it? Yeah. Then come over here. And it's done. This might be a hot take, but I feel like Ace on a Hunter is just better than any other subclass. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Ace of Spades on a Hunter is tuned differently. They need to have custom skulls in this game and let us fuck around some. That'd be sick. Having custom skulls to modify would be awesome. Although that is kind of what they're doing with Edge of Fate, is giving you that ability to modify stuff however you want, which is really, really nice. Be like, yeah, I want to challenge myself this way, and that way, and be rewarded appropriately for it. At least with Ace of Spades, I don't have to worry about getting precision kills. I just have to worry about getting kills. So that's a nice positive. Ouch. The first curse to come back? True. That's an interesting spot to take a sit down. That's crazy. Pocket Infinity? Ooh. Pocket Infinity would be kind of fun to play around with, but might I suggest that Telesto is just Pocket Infinity on steroids? And Void instead of Solar. Was Pocket Infinity Void? I thought it was Solar. Could be wrong though. You want to know what was exactly that we need all the elements? True. You know what my first exotic was in Destiny 1? My first ever exotic was Invective. The wild card nanite shotgun thing that was solar. That was my first ever exotic that I got, was Invective, and I think it was through a quest, like one of those 3 exotic quests that you could get towards the start of the game. Was my first exotic. Super good advice. Oh, that was a classic super good advice. A classic. All right. We're down to almost 850. Invective, super good advice, Thorn, bad juju, and pocket of it. I think those were the quests, yes. And I remember Thorn being a absurd quest that you had to do. At least like the ending part to it was absurd, because you had to kill that wizard in Fogoth's chamber in a certain amount of time, and then you had to kill Fogoth. I remember that shit taking me so long to do. I think I actually got it done with my uncle whenever he was still playing. Yeah, that's right. You also had to get kills in PvP that would make you just reset your progress entirely. Which, ironically, is what I feel like I'm doing. I was just beg people in the tower. It's really funny. Now, at the time of D1, I had my uncle who was playing, but I think after D2, he kind of fell off. Because my uncle is more of a gunplay kind of guy and not a abilities focused kind of guy. And so when it started getting to be more of a abilities focused game, he kind of just like fell off. Oh, hi. What are we doing here? Holy. I definitely would not have counted that death had that occurred because this is too early out the gate. Oh my god, can I please hit a target? They never even touched the ground. Hello? Love being able to hit that skip. It's my favorite skip. Place of the new light. Stuff. Let's skedaddle. Such a good skip. Definitely saving us time too. I mean, we're about to be on our, I think, 6th reset. Or 7th reset, which would put us right on time. Or a little bit better than time. Just go ahead and get rid of all those guys right now. Might as well. Easy. A, B, C. Easy as do, re, mi. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Definitely feel like I sang that out of order, but I don't give a shit. Just surprised that I'm even able to remember it. Wonder why it traps you inside there, like in that area after this mission. I wonder why it decides to try and do that. I don't know why I shot there. That was crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while this cutscene plays. Then when I return, we will delete and reset. Look at that, coming back just in time. $850 resets to go. I feel like realistically, probably not going to get all of the hunters that we need to reset before Edge of Fate, so I feel like what we'll probably end up doing is playing Edge of Fate on our Titan, or maybe even our Warlock, and continuing to do our reset process on our Hunter during that time period at some point. And we just need to have like a certain number of resets that we do a day, I feel, just to keep the momentum going, just to keep everything lined up, spick and span. Wow, I'm terrible with ace spades. I say just count one as like 3 or something after a certain point. Nah. Nah, I feel like if we're gonna go full insanity, then we need to commit to full insanity. Ooh, that was a nice window skip. Fucked up. I mean, listen, we're gonna have to increase the total number of deaths anyway, which is going to proceed into Edge of Fate anyway, so... Plus, we're gonna have to do some of the permanent campaign objectives that get introduced with Edge of Fate as well, because all the final shape ones are going to be gone, so we'll have to do a whole new legendary campaign all over again. If there's cooperative focus missions like there were with the final shape, then we'll have to do whatever those objectives are, likely, if they decide to include any of those in Guardian ranks, which I don't know why they wouldn't. So all the new Edge of Fate stuff we'll have to do over and over again, and honestly, I feel like doing it on a Titan, as I've been getting a lot better with Titan, I feel like doing it on a Titan might not be that bad. It might be okay. I don't know how the jumping puzzles and everything are gonna go with Matter Spark and Matter Weave and whatever they're calling it. The Dark Matter. Dark Matter, Matter, Matter. That's just like a random Vandal. Surely that wasn't just a random Vandal, right? Bungie will notice you through their internal analytics. Who is this guy just making new hunters over it? Who's this sadistic fucking guardian that's just deleting their character after 10 to 15 minutes every time? Is he looking for the perfect run? What is he doing? There's gotta be some crackhead at Bungie that's just like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just Dylan, come over here. Who's this guy just resetting his guardian over and over? I'm sure someone internal at Bungie has probably looked at this account and been like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And if not, the moment it happens is going to be great because they're just going to see however many stacked up Guardians just like executed for no reason other than my sadistic willpower and antics. Come on. We're better than this. I think that was all of them. I feel like honestly at this point is when I should say that I'm deleting my Guardian. Because like everything after this kind of doesn't matter. I've already done the stuff, but I have to hit that new light skip in order for it to count towards in-game playing or whatever. It's mostly just because I don't like having to sit here and wait for the activity thing, and I know that it takes longer to just go to orbit and trying to reset it. At least we're making really good progress with this Ace of Spades. I think the next one that we'll do is... Oh, I forgot which one we needed to do next, actually. We'll take a peek. We'll take a gander here in a second. I think it might have been Witherhoard, actually, if I'm being real. Which, Witherhoard we might want to save for when we're doing the heavies as well. Yeah, Witherhoard, Alethanum. Okay, we can do Alethanum next. What's this stupid metal that it's saying that I have? Oh, it's for Iron Banner stuff. That's chill. Oh, you know what, though? We could use Alethanum to farm heavy ammo for some of our heavy ammo catalysts if we needed to, if we really, really wanted to. All right. Another hunter down the drain. Sent to the DCV. Again with the Lakshmi hunter. Close are we actually to having this one done? Okay, so not close enough to justify pulling Alethanum quite yet. But we will be getting there soon. I do think it's funny that it keeps giving me the Kvostov every single time. I wonder how many Kvostovs I've collected at this point. Actually, I don't need to know that because it would be exactly however many Guardians I've created. That works. Cool. 3 engrams are nice. Yo, JDD, what's good? Not a whole lot, just going through the new light a bunch of times, and good God, man, can you not hit something 2 inches in front of your face? Jesus Christ. Oh, just going through the new light over and over and over and over again to reset my Guardian as times as it takes. And it looks like my Twitch stream just went down again. That's cool. No idea why that happens. I feel like, wouldn't it be crazy if it was not anything that I could control, but wouldn't it be crazy if it was Twitch? Like, because I've seen the stories of Twitch intentionally doing stuff to make like the experience or stuff like worse or whatever. They like try to do stuff intentionally or whatever to make it so that you're only streaming on Twitch or whatever. I feel like they've kind of gone unhinged a little bit. Because like it's happening on a consistent basis now, and it's happening even when like no one else is using the internet, no one around here is using the internet. The internet's going like totally fine over at my house. It's not like it's going in and out or anything. And it's not like I'm having like hard set hardware issues or anything. Like the stream isn't crashing through Streamlabs, you know? I just don't know. I don't know. Damn, I did not think I was gonna get all of those that easily. That's nice. Sometimes the hand cannon targeting it actually is pretty good. Sometimes I actually do get buttery smooth strafing movement and ADS movement. And other times I look like an absolute idiot. Couldn't quite hit the skip, but that's okay. We still got there. There we go. More still alive somewhere? Right in front of my face, apparently. You know what else I think is funny? I think it's hysterical how whenever you're doing this new light mission, Shah Han looks like he actually has some gear to him. We never ever see what Cass looks like, but Maeve is just some generic looking Titan. Like Maeve, when you get closer to her, looks like a refugee outfit or geared Titan, like the intro mission stuff that you get. That's what Maeve looks like whenever she's getting suffocated by Navoda, which is odd, right? Like it's just a generic, I guess, like, you know, why spend time making a completely separate character when it's going to be on screen for a couple of seconds, but at least put some different armor on you, girl. True, that is so real. Shaw's out here, a fucking Paragon Guardian rank Guardian, trying to get some new lights into the game, and he's just like, listen, once you get to hour 200, nah, not even that. Once you get to hour 500, then it becomes good. $87. Okay, so the next time that we go through, we'll probably end up pulling Alethanum because we went from 62 to 87. So, given how many kills we got with it and how many we'll probably get next run, we'll probably be able to start with Alethanum somewhere in there. Or you know what? Actually, just to save on Glimmer, I'm just gonna pull Ace of Spades and then save Alethanum for the next go around. But we're already almost at 10 resets for the night, which is pretty good, actually. We're a couple of minutes ahead of schedule. for our 15-minute mark per guardian, so that's looking pretty swell. And I bet if we didn't waste some time messing up some of these skips or changing character, then we probably would be able to do this a lot quicker. Giving me the same generic hunters over and over, which is, I guess, fine, but is that, I guess, the standard look for hunters when it comes to what Bungie has in mind? I don't know. Let's go, Spaghetti-O. All right, while we're doing this reset, let's think of some games we can play together. What are some fun games we can play together? Just while we're doing this. We can play something like categories. You know, think of a category. We gotta say or chat in A to Z order, something in that category. Bad at thinking. Well, I need something to think about because I'm starting to get a little crazy just doing this over and over again. And I need to be thinking about something while I'm doing this. I'm gonna do restaurants. How about that? Let's start with something easy like restaurants. Here, I'll start. Applebee's. Now you guys gotta come up with a B. Bob Evans, perfect. How about Church's Chicken? The D has been passed to y'all. Ayo. Denny's, perfect. Looking at E, how about, oh, what's a good E restaurant? Oh, why am I blanking on E restaurants? Surely I know a restaurant that starts with E, right? God, why am I blanking on this so badly? keep wanting to say Elephant Bar, but that's not a restaurant. It's just the only thing that I can think of. And I don't know why. Why can't I think of a fucking restaurant that starts with E? I'm gonna feel like an idiot because there's gonna be a very obvious one that just comes to my head that I'm just not thinking of, and it's gonna be so embarrassing. I'm trying to go through all the fast food chains in my head too. There's gotta be one that starts with E. Can't think of any. Yeah, I'm really struggling. Oop. Give me a second, my wife is calling me. I will be right back. All right. So that was my wife telling me that she is going to be ready to be picked up in about 40 minutes. So I think we finish up this hunter right here as the 10th hunter of the night. And then I'm probably gonna end the stream, and then tomorrow we are going to do a master, or not a master, but a Crota's End on Mythic. So won't that be interesting? Okay, surely I can think of something that begins with the letter E for a restaurant, right? Surely I can think of something. DK if it counts as a restaurant, but they serve food. Well, what is it? What is it? Let's see if it counts. If it's like a bar place, I don't think that we can count it. But if it's a kind of known establishment, that counts. You know what? That counts. Einstein Bagels. And you know what? Because you guys in chat got that one, I'll take F. I'll take F. Five Guys. Five Guys Burgers and Fries. You know what? I'll take G too, because you guys can we what's a good G one? What's a good G1? How about thinking. It's a good G1. I'm sure that I've been to a G restaurant sometime recently. And I am really blanking on restaurant names. I guess my thing is, like, I can kind of think of ones that are local to my area, but you guys wouldn't have any idea and couldn't really necessarily verify that it's a real place. So I'm trying to avoid those and go for more well-established places. Think of buffets. Ooh, yeah. Like a grill place. Some sort of barbecue grill. Oh, you know what? It's not a sit down place, but it is a G place that serves food, and I do know about it because I was recently around that area. Gaston's in Disney. It is technically a place to get food, and it is a restaurant of sorts, right? Can we count Gaston's from Disney? Golden Corral. Oh yeah, true. I don't eat enough fast food to be able to think of that off the top of my head, but you're absolutely right. Golden Corral. H is pretty easy. H is like Hardee's. You've got IHOP. H is Hooters. H is pretty good for Hooters, yeah. I is IHOP. J, you could go with like a Jamba Juice, or I guess you could go with a Jersey Mike's, like a Jersey Mike's subs. K, you know what you could go with K? Klarna. Buy now, pay later. Because everyone's doing that on their fucking out to eat orders. They're fucking using Klarna and Afterpay. No, but for real, for K, I would go something like Carl Jr. No, Hardee's franchise. L. Carl Jr.'s with a C? Oh, I thought it was with a K. Really? Damn. I feel like I just got mandalaed. Okay, well, KFC. Oh yeah, literally, as soon as you type it, it comes to my head. KFC, yeah. It's a good one for L. You could do Long John Silver's. M is obviously McDonald's. N, what would be an N one? Well, there actually, you know what? This is gonna be very specific and regional, but there used to be a place in St. Louis that I used to go to called Nicoletti's. Man, that place was fucking awesome. It was some of the best pasta food that I had while I was still living there. Noodles and Company, very true, very true. You could do Noodles and Company. Oh, Olive Garden, true. An OP could be Pasta House. Q is Qdoba, or no, I guess Qdoba is probably the best bet for that one. R, Red Robin. S, Sonic. T, Taco Bell. U. Ooh, I don't know any U ones. Does anyone else know any U ones? Just gonna go ahead and make the hunter, and then we'll just leave it at the screen here. $147 to go. All right, let's finish this game. Let's finish this game before I end stream, okay? And then once we finish it, I will end stream immediately. All right, so you, what are we thinking for you? Can we think of any? Isn't there like just like a regular udon place, like udon noodle place? UDF? What's UDF? What's UDF? Uncle Julio's? I don't know what an Uncle Julio's is, but I would imagine that's a real place. Okay, yeah, that's a real place. So we'll go with Uncle Julio's. United Dairy Farms. Yeah, I saw that. It's Tex-Mex in Fort Worth. Okay. Yeah, okay. Uncle Julio's. We'll go with that. So we've got U. Now we need V. It's a good V restaurant. Sit down place. Yeah, I don't know any V, and I think X is gonna be pretty hard too. I think we're starting to get into the territory where foreign language might come into benefit, you know? Yeah, I can't think of any good V restaurants. Yeah, I can't think of any V, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to call it here because I have to leave and go. So Winter Schnitzel, or however you spell it for W. Yeah, Wiener Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel would be good for W. Y could be Y could be pretty easy if you got really lucky and could think of something off the top of your head. Same with Z, but I'm just not mentally there right now, I don't think. Anyway, well, I hope you guys had a fun time just chilling with me while I reset 10 Guardians for the stream, but we're going to be doing this for a very, very long time, just in between regular streams of doing raids or content during Edge of Fate. So Warlock and Titan are probably going to be our two biggest players for the time being, and our Hunter's going to be in Reset Hell and Crucible Hell, trying to work on getting that title and everything going. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for tonight. I hope you guys had a great great night. If you're over on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're over on Twitch, don't forget to follow. And I will see you all tomorrow, probably around 6 o'clock Eastern, for the Mythic Crota raid with everyone else. So have a great rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, peace. Take care. Bye, y'all.